The importance of understanding the buying process. These are the keys to success. Hi everyone, my name is Lorenzo Cabison and I'm a realtor here in Calgary with EXP Realty. I've been selling real estate for about 8 years now, and this video is for you if you have requested a showing, are a first-time home buyer, or are sick and tired of missing out on properties that you see online that you really like, or maybe you've missed out on a multiple offer. I'm going to teach you how to be successful. Here we go. As we go into the spring market, the market's heating up. So we've seen this as more people at open houses, like a lot more, tens of groups per 2-hour open house period, to way more requests for showings for myself and my other teammates. We're doing a lot more showings. We're getting calls for listing presentations for doors that we've knocked. Those people are now ready to list. And then consequently, properties only lasting for a few days on the market, as well as selling over asking price. So the question is, what can you do to stop missing out and not overpay on the purchase of your next house? Okay, first of all, what do I mean by overpay? Well, if you're missing out on a property that you really like because maybe you didn't bid high enough and the other person bid higher than you, the next time, that's the next benchmark, and you're going to have to pay this much. And then if you miss out on this, the next benchmark is going to be over here, and it keeps going up. So the more you miss out on that first house that you're interested in, the more you're actually going to be overpaying for a house that you might not be even interested in as much. So firstly, let's talk about your experience. Right now, you're probably cruising online, researching properties, looking at a variety of homes. You're looking at some condos, maybe some houses, maybe you're looking in the east, maybe in the south, maybe in the north. You're looking all over the place. So first, we need to get you focused in, and the way to do that, to understand at least what you should be browsing for online, much less looking at in person, is getting a pre-approval. The pre-approval is by far one of the most important things that you can do for yourself in the real estate process. And we're going to start with this, but then we're going to come back to it, and I'm going to tell you at the end the importance of this. The first and easiest thing that you can do in order for you to be successful in this is just walk into your bank, whether it's TD or BMO or whatever, walk in and say, hey, I'm looking to buy a house. I need a mortgage. How much can I buy for? And what they're going to do is they're going to quickly look over at your profile based on the existing information that they have from you, and they're going to give you a number. This is called a pre-qualification. So they're going to say, oh, you can probably buy somewhere around $600,000. So at least now you know to look online for something that's around $600,000. Now, what you really want is not a pre-qualification, which you can also get online from many different websites. You can simply just go to a website, how much do I qualify for? You put in some basic information, it'll give you a general number. What you really want is a pre-approval. And for that, you're going to have to submit documents. And yes, I do admit that this is one of the toughest parts of the whole transaction. But hard now means easy later. So just keep that in mind. So you're going to give all these documents to a mortgage broker. And don't worry, I do have a mortgage broker. So if you're looking for someone to help you out with a mortgage, I can definitely help put you in touch. The reason why a mortgage broker is better than going directly to your bank for that approval is because the bank can only give you one rate, and that's their rate. A mortgage broker shops around at the big 5 banks and also other banks that you might not know of that simply just specialize in lending and mortgages. The documents that they'll be asking for is income, tax filings, what you owe, like credit card debt or any sort of debt. So they need to do the math to see where you're at. For a pre-approval, they are going to ask for a credit check that's going to ding you 5 to 10 points max. This is something to keep in mind. It's important. You can't, or you shouldn't, you can do whatever you want. You shouldn't get a pre-approval at your bank, at a mortgage broker, at a different mortgage broker, at a different mortgage broker in a short period of time, because that's going to dramatically bring down your credit score over a short period, which by the end of your last person you're talking to, your credit's going to look bad. And that's going to give you a higher interest rate. So you've done the hard work. You've given your documents. You've gotten your rate. Congratulations. Now you can start searching properly. And this is very important. Now we're talking about the education aspect of the real estate process, which will allow your decision to be much easier in the end. And the reason why I focus on doing things a certain way, the right way, is because I don't want to sell you on what you should do. I'm helping educate you and essentially become a professional at buying real estate. My job is to help guide you if it's a good neighborhood, if it's a good rate, if it's close to good schools, and my experience based off of what I've seen in the past happen with past clients, I can give you a general idea of what the future would look like. By you understanding what you like, what you have to do, what you're qualified for, it makes your decision much easier. My job isn't to make up your mind for you. So now that we're going through this education process, the next very important step in the education process is seeing the homes. When I meet people for the first time, I try to give them this walkthrough of the whole process, and it's a lot to take in, and that's part of the reason why I'm doing this video. I want you to have this video for your reference to come back to. The reason why I say it's so important to see as many houses as possible is this. Let's say you're looking for a $600,000 home and you're looking online. The difference between an online product, what it looks like online, and what it looks like in person is different. The other reason is you might be looking at 600,000 in 4 different areas of the city, and you're going, well, why can I get such a beautiful house for 600 here, but I can get almost like no house for 600,000 over here? Well, maybe you're looking in the Northeast where you can get more house, but the area is less favorable, and in the Southwest you get less house, but the area is more favorable. Location is the number one thing in real estate, so you have to keep that in mind. Now, when we see, let's say, 5 houses in a day, you get to have a really good idea of what that $600,000 does. So we're quickly ramping up your education and getting you fast-tracked onto what's currently going on in the market. Now that you have this baseline understanding of where the market is, now when a new house comes in the market, you go, oh, that's the new house. You already know that it hasn't been relisted. You know it's the new product, and you know what to look for because you've already seen a bunch of houses and know how to look at that house and say, oh, that looks a little too good, or maybe that price is priced a little too good. It's probably going to sell over asking, or, oh, those rooms are probably not that big in person. Again, because you have that understanding of connecting between what it looks like in a picture and what it looks like in real life. This is the important education process. Now, we finally have gotten to the house that you want to purchase and you're ready to put an offer on it. This is where that pre-approval kicks in. The reason why that pre-approval was important in the beginning is because now we can submit a strong offer. What is a strong offer? A strong offer is the offer that the seller would most likely go with, and that is based on having a pre-approval, having the right deposit down, and then putting the right amount down. If you don't have a pre-approval, you're scared to put in whatever the market's asking for at that moment, and you're going to be too low because you don't know what you're approved for. But if you're approved for, you know you can say, I can go to this amount, I'm going to go max out, that's my amount. And I'm not telling you that you should max out. I'm not saying that you should overpay. What I'm saying is when there's multiple bidders, you're going to have to go all in on your first shot. Otherwise, you're going to miss out. I have a lot of experience in multiple offers, and I've done this many times and successfully won my clients their dream house. And unfortunately, we've lost some as well. And that's just simply due to not having the right offer. So you've submitted your offer. It's a very good offer. It has the right deposit, you're pre-approved, and it's the amount that the seller is looking for. Now, additionally to the money, there's conditions to an offer. Those conditions are usually financing, which in this case, we're going to talk about, you don't have. There's the inspection and or condo review. So let's hypothetically imagine that your offer is the strong one. So the house is essentially almost new. There's nothing that could really be wrong with it. So in this hypothetical situation, your offer is $600,000 and it's firm. What does firm mean? A firm offer simply refers to the fact that you don't have conditions. It's saying that you don't have a condition for financing, and you don't have a condition for inspection. So now the seller looks at that and says, wow, this is a $600,000 cash offer, essentially. Your competing offer could be 610 or 615, but it's conditional. It's conditional on finance and it's conditional on inspection. Now the seller, most likely, in my experience, unless they're super greedy, they're going to go for the sure thing, which is your offer. It's 600,000, no inspection, no financing. They sign the deal, it's done. The next point in time is essentially your closing day, which is when you get your keys, either 2 weeks or 6 weeks from the point of having your offer accepted. Let's hypothetically change the situation a little bit. Let's say your financing is strong, so you don't have a financing condition, but you have an inspection condition. What that means is that even though your money's good and you know that, the seller is going to look at it as, I think that their money is good because they don't have a financing condition, but you do have a inspection condition, which means that you will have an inspection to look at the property to make sure that everything's okay. And if everything is okay, then the deal firms up. And then from that point, again, 2 or 6 weeks. However, if things aren't okay and there's something that you're not happy with, you'd like to back out of the deal. And you can do that. You get your deposit back, everything is fine. However, the seller will usually not be a fan of that. So the priority list for the seller is highest purchase amount, followed by highest deposit, followed by no condition, or maybe one condition. That's the hierarchy of favorability from the seller's standpoint. Now that you've learned the buying process here in the market, the next step is to just simply give me a call. All jokes aside, feel free to ask me any questions. You can comment below or simply text me, email me, or message me on Instagram. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, see you around.